Good afternoon, Sydney.
Thanks, ladies. Hi, my name is Sydney. I will be talking about teachers. First, I interviewed Miss Yates and asked her questions. Then I interviewed Miss Link and asked her questions too. Have you ever had a different job?
Well, in my adult life, I've always been a teacher, but when I was younger, I worked at this gas station and I made big sub sandwiches.
How did you feel when you started to work here?
When I started working at SVN, well, it was being in a new place, so it was kind of scary, kind of like a kid being in a new school, because I had to get used to working with new teachers and being around all new students, so I was a little nervous at first, but everybody here acted like one big family, so it made me feel a lot more comfortable.
Do you like being a teacher here?
I love being a teacher here. I love my students. I'm already getting sad about my 6th graders going up to 7th grade next year, and I love working with Miss Edgar. And I get to work with her every single day, and so I love that, and I love everybody else at the school too.
Have you ever had a different job?
Well, I've had several different jobs. I have been a legal secretary, and I was a karate instructor, and I used to teach at another school. And what else did I do? When I was much younger, I worked at a tennis club.
How did you feel when you started to work here?
I was really scared because I hadn't taught in about 17 years because I stayed home with my 2 boys. And so I was really nervous. And, but then when I met the kids were so wonderful and really sweet, then I wasn't nervous anymore.
Do you like being a teacher?
I do like being a teacher.
What is your favorite thing to teach?
My favorite thing to teach? I like to get kids excited about reading, because when I see a kid find a book that they really love and they don't want to put it down, then I think that's the best thing ever, because I love to read too.
What is your favorite thing to do out of school?
My favorite thing to do out of school is read, because I'm a big reader too, and sometimes if I find a book that I love to read, there have been times when I will read all night long. I won't even go to bed. I will stay in my jammies, and my kids will be trying to ask me a question, my sons, and I'll be like, I can't talk right now because I have this book and it's wonderful, and so I'm reading.
Have you ever had a different job?
Yes, I have. A couple of different jobs.
How did you feel when you started to work here?
Work here at SVN. I was excited to be back to teaching. I hadn't been in full-time teaching for a long time.
Do you like being a teacher here?
I do. I love being a teacher here.
She loves being a teacher.
Do you act like a teacher at your home?
My children used to say that I did. I don't have children now, so now you would have to ask Martha J. But my children always said, Mom, stop being a teacher.
Why do you think teaching is so important to you?
Part of it is because I like to be around children, and part of it is because I love to see children grow.
What is your favorite thing to teach?
Probably reading, because reading's the most important thing.
Good afternoon, Danny. Thank you, ladies. This is Danny speaking. This week I've been interviewing Mr. Nick. I've been interviewing Mr. Nick because I've been wanting to know how good a teacher he is. This is Mr. Nick, and I just want to ask him a few questions. And how do you feel about being a teacher of pre-K?
I love to teach the young kids. I'm very interested in how young children learn. I'm interested in their development, as well as the most important part is that, and that is that play is the most important thing for a young child. And I love to play, so teaching the young kids was kind of a natural fit for me.
Okay, that's good. So you're pretty much saying you like being a teacher at pre-K.
I love teaching, and I especially love pre-K.
Okay. How do you feel about getting on the front of the magazine?
Well, I felt really honored, and I felt really cool because I read that magazine a lot. And since I've been teaching, I get that magazine every month, and I always see a different teacher, and they're from different states or from different countries. And I always thought it'd be cool if I could be in the magazine. And I was really proud to be on the front of the magazine, as well as School of Vita Nuova being mentioned in the magazine too.
Okay, like sometimes when what do you like? If they're like not acting how they're supposed to, like what do you do?
Well, if I have a student who's having some difficulties in the classroom, first I look back and I say, okay, what am I doing wrong? Because sometimes I might change the schedule, sometimes I might say the wrong thing, and that's what's really making the child have difficulties. After that, after I step back and see what I'm doing, I try to take the child, and we might step out of the room, we might take a walk on the playground and just kind of see what's going on, because sometimes they just don't have breakfast in the morning, or sometimes they just had a rough morning, and it's good to kind of talk about it and get back on track.
Yeah.
But I would, to answer your question, we do a lot of talking. We don't do a lot of timeouts. I don't really like to do timeouts. I don't like to yell at kids. We just like to do a lot of talking and a lot of discussing how they're feeling and how I'm feeling.
I'm gonna ask you 2 more questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Would you like to be something else besides a teacher?
You know what? This is funny. This architecture theme's got me really excited about architecture. I've been kind of studying about it myself. I think architecture would be something I might do. I think anything with my hands. I like to teach the kids by using their hands. And so maybe something with my hands. Maybe an artist. I think if I really could choose, it'd be like a baseball player or a basketball player. But I know that I'm not talented enough to be on the Royals or on the Chicago Bulls. But I think maybe I could be an architect, or maybe a doctor, or maybe an artist.
That's good. Okay.
But I really want to be third base on the Royals.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
What subject